So hey everyone, in this video I'll be talking about a GTD productivity system and creating it on Notion, which can actually help you to sort out your tasks and make daily progress on them. I've always felt scattered in my head and scattered with the things that I'm supposed to do, and I always felt that I have a lot of tasks but I'm not able to make daily progress on them. I was in a desperate need to find a system that actually works and something that is better than to-do lists, a system that can track everything, and I felt that to-do lists are a very unorganized way of managing your tasks until I came across this book, Getting Things Done by David Allen. And I will show you how did I implement GTD system in Notion, and you can also create the same for yourself by following through this video. So number one is do the mental sweep. So according to author, any task or anything on your head that requires some attention or effort is called as an open loop. Basically, open loops reside in the back of your brain and they keep bothering you constantly. So mental sweep basically means to empty your head of all the open loops that you have and write them down. So the basic idea is to not have anything in your head and everything should go into the system that we are going to build. So we will start with a basic page on Notion, and we will call this page as inbox. And now we will be creating a table over here. So this is a feature from Notion which is pretty cool, where you can create any kind of table you want and you can add any kind of columns you want over here. So now in this table, we'll be adding all the open loops that we have in our head, and we'll directly just flush them out here. We will not keep anything in our head and everything should go here. And open loops does not just mean that they should be work related tasks. They could be anything. They could be your prior commitments that you have given, or any of the tasks that you need to do for friends, or if you need to call someone. All those things can go into the inbox. Let's now, without doing anything else, without adding any columns, let's now just go ahead and add a few tasks that I feel are in my mind. Change room setting, work on XYZ freelance, call business partner. New idea. So I'll add a few more so that our system could look better and it could be explained better as well. So now basically I've added a few of my open loops that were in my head to the table, and now we're gonna go ahead and add a few columns to this part. So now I will add a column called as a status, and in this status basically it will be the type of the status will be a multi-select, and it will have items like next action, and we can add over here as done. I can add waiting, and another one I would like to add is reoccurring. So basically these are the statuses that I can tag to each of these tasks. And now let's add the, so now for right now I'll just remove these statuses, and whereas but now I can tag any of these status to these. So for example, this will be a next action, this will be a next action, but yeah, this thing will do a little later. So the next thing that I need to add is another column I'll add, and I'll call it as a due date. So basically due date will be of the type date, and it will be the date that will be associated by when I'm planning to complete this task. Now we'll add another column with the name of context. And context is basically supposed to be the kind of context, the overall context in which your task lies. It could be a place, it could be a thing, or it could be a tool. So the next column we'll add will be time needed. Time needed will basically have whatever amount of time that will be taken to complete this, and time needed will be a multi-select again, because we can create tags for less than 10 minutes items, for less than 20-minute items. So 30. And I can have more than 30 minutes, and I will add high focus to it. So you can add anything else, you can add more tags to it as per your usage. It's basically my tasks are divided into these kind of categories, so I like to keep it this way. The last column that we'll add is created at. It's basically the time when this task was created, and the type will be created time, which it already has Notion already has a pre-built thing for it. So now our tasks table is ready and we are done with step 1. Our mind sweep is complete. So step number 2 is to make a list of horizontals in your life. So by horizontals in your life, it means that different areas in your life where you want constant progress to happen. Now horizontals could be all your projects, all your goals and all your ambitions that you need to achieve. And the author asks to categorize all these items under projects. So basically all these items are different projects in your life. Basically any item in your life will be categorized under projects if it has multiple items or multiple open loops associated with it. So the next goal is to make a list of all the horizontals in your life. So we will call this new page as projects. And again, it will be a table. Here will be the name of the project. We'll be adding a few horizontals that I feel should be in my list, or you can call it as projects. So I also like to keep a project with the name of a single action list. So any actions that are single should go into this. So now we have a projects table which has all the horizontals in our life, and this list can be a lot more longer. It's okay to have a long list of projects because a lot of people do have a lot of things going on at a point of time. So now we're ready with the projects list and the inbox list. And the next task is to map our inbox to the projects. So step number 3 is to plan next actions. And in this step, we will be mapping all of our tasks to the project table. So before mapping, we need to review back our tasks list and break down our tasks into smaller chunks of work. So the question you need to ask to yourself is, what next action can you do to make progress on this task or in this project? And that particular chunk of work will go into the tasks or the inbox table. So now let's go back to our inbox and see what tasks can be broken down into smaller chunks of work which can be then used. So for change room setting, I can break this down into smaller chunks of tasks that are associated with this. For example, clean wardrobe, and move table, like these. So now same way, work on XYZ project does not sounds like a next action, but since it is a project, so I can just add what will be the next task that I'm supposed to do. Send email to freelance client for requirements. So that is the next action that I'm supposed to do on that particular task. Instead of writing a huge chunk of work, if we write down or break down into smaller chunks, then it is much more easily actionable and you have a visibility on the progress and how many tasks that you are supposed to do. For this item study for XYZ certification, I can also break this down. So I can make it as start reading chapter 1. That's it. So now we've broken down the tasks into different parts, and the next most exciting thing that we're going to do is create a new column which will be called as projects, and we will now be able to link the projects table to the tasks table, which is the power of Notion. So relation, and I can select a database which I select as projects, and I will do create relation. So now I will bring this projects column to the start. So I have a visibility of which projects. So now I can just tag or map these projects to each of them. So first I'll go ahead and remove this work on XYZ project because I have already broken this down below. So now I can go ahead and map the projects. So if I click on the projects table, I can see all the different projects that we created in the projects table are over here. So that makes it really easy to know which of the tasks belongs to which of the project. So now I can just map these projects. So basically this will be work project 1, visit client for discussion, work freelance, work project 1. Again, take mom to art gallery. This is a single action task, so I can just add it to single action list. And invest in 10k in stocks. Basically I can put it in finance. Then start reading chapter. So now this is a task that I need to map to a certification that I want to do. So basically I can create another project for the same certification. Complete certification XYZ. So now I've created a project directly from here, and it is already mapped. So if you can see now, this project is also available over here, and from Index you can directly create the projects as well from this list. So next is clean wardrobe and move table. Since these are two different tasks that are associated with the same thing, so I will just create a project for them. Change room setting, and it will be mapped to here. Same way I will just map it here. Send email to freelance client for requirements. This will go into freelance project. So now as you can see, I've mapped all these projects to these tasks, and I can remove this one now. So yeah, so now we have a table which has all these tasks which are mapped to each of these projects. And the next thing that we're going to do is add a due date to each of them. So next I will go ahead and add due dates to each of these tasks. So due date can be 25th. I'll just add random due dates, and the point of due dates is that you get to see in the same table when are you supposed to complete this task, or when are you supposed to finish working on the task. So yeah, now I've added random due dates to it. Now we can also update the status of the actions. Basically, I will mark next action to each of these items, because everything is the next action for me at the moment. Next comes the context, and make sure you have selected context as a multi-select. So as I said, the context is the umbrella of the task that you are doing. So we can just add call business partner to discuss new idea. This will be a work context. Then we'll go ahead with the client for discussion. This is again a work context. Take mom to art gallery. This could be, I could write it as anywhere. It is a place where it could be anywhere. Then I could add it also as anywhere. Start reading chapter 1. It could be home. Mostly I'm gonna sit down at home and do it. Clean wardrobe is again a home task that I'll be doing. Then move table, home. Send email to freelance client. It will be a work thing. Next is the time needed. Basically, we can tag whatever amount of time that we are supposed to take in each of the particular tasks. So this will help us in the next point that we're going to do, which will be creating a dashboard, and we can sort and filter according to all these different kind of parameters that we have given here, and that will give us a better idea of how things are looking and what kind of tasks are pending for us. It will just help us to track our tasks and our projects a lot better. So next step is to create a dashboard. So now we will be using the actual power of Notion to create a dashboard by using our inbox table as well as our projects table to show all the relevant info at one place, which can help us to be our daily driver and help us to interact with our GTD system. So now we'll be creating a new page which we'll call as the dashboard, and we'll create it empty with an icon so that it gives a random icon. You can also add a good cover to it. You can change the icon also, but we'll keep it like this right for now. So in the dashboard now, the first thing that we need to do is get all of our inbox items over here. So we'll do a slash, and then I'll do a linked database, create linked database, and then I can see a list of databases. I'll just select inbox. So now all the items from my inbox are showing over here. I will just add a heading over here with the H2 will be next actions. All my next actions that are supposed to be there are gonna show here, and I will also add a background to it. So let's say I add a purple background. So next I will go here and I'll add another heading, and I will call it as due soon. And same way we can add a color to the background. I'll add it purple. We'll keep it consistent. Now I will add the link table again with the inbox only. So now with this table that I have, now what I want is I can basically apply a filter over here to, so that only the tasks that are supposed to be that are due soon or that are supposed to be completed in a week are showing over here. So this is a great power of Notion that I can actually change that. So I will add a filter and we'll call it as due date, and is we'll have to select is within, and is within the next week. So now it will filter out all the items or all the actions that are supposed to be completed in the next 1 week. So I know which all items are due soon, and I can give them a little more of a priority. The next filter that I will add is add another filter, and in this filter we'll add the status of the item should be contains next action, or I can also make it as does not contain done. So wherever done is there, it will be that particular action should not be in this list. So for example, now if one of the tasks of cleaning wardrobe gets completed from my end, I can just come here and I can just mark it as done, and it will be gone from the list. So it's gone from the list, and that means the action is tasked off. is checked off. So using the power of Notion, you can also customize this dashboard as per your needs. So let's also add a sorting rule which we can add. We'll add it on the due date and it will be ascending. So now all the due dates are sorted from the and all the due dates are sorted as per the dates that are coming. And I will also remove this properties and go remove the created at. So this is a little more sorted because we don't need the created date over here anyways. Now another thing that we can add is a calendar view to it. So we'll again go to create link database and we'll call it as inbox. And now here I can add a view, and this add a view button I can change it to a calendar and create. So now how this works is it will show me a calendar view of what all items that are supposed to be done and what all basically if someone likes a calendar view kind of a thing, that what our tasks are due by which date, they can use this. So this is a crazy thing which Notion helps you to do. You can again add filters over here that only the done tasks should be there. For example, status and does not contain done. So whichever task is not done will be over here. You can also create a due today kind of list if you have a lot more tasks for that particular day. But it depends on how do you want to use your dashboard. I use due soon because it gives me a enhanced view of the week, the tasks of the week that are supposed to be done. So that is how my GTD basic dashboard looks like, and you can of course customize it as per your needs. So now since we're done with the dashboard view, we have a view of what all things we need to do. So author also talks about a weekly review kind of a thing where you come back to your tasks table each week and you select a particular day in the week where you are supposed to do that review. And in this weekly review, we review the tasks that are already in the tasks or the inbox table, or we add any other open loops or tasks that are supposed to be added to the inbox table. So weekly review is important because it helps to track the progress on all of your projects, and it helps you to plan a week ahead about what all tasks that are supposed to be done. And there are a lot of surprise tasks that do come during the week, which you can add at that point of time into your inbox. So now we'll add a weekly review task to the table, and we'll just add a weekly review, and it will be a single action task, and I will just mark it as recurring. So basically recurring is supposed to be a tag which is something that will be recurring, and it will be something that you need to do every week or every day. So these kind of tasks you can tag under this name, or you can create your own tag names as well. So in due date, I will just add the next Sunday that is supposed to be coming. So basically 28th, and I can also add a reminder. So on the day of event at 9 a.m. the Notion will remind me about it. So that's how weekly review works, and I will just come back on Sunday and I will review the list. I will see what all supposed to be removed, what all new things that are supposed to be added. Another thing which we need to change is that status should be a single select instead of multi-select. So now if anything is done, it is done. Next action is not there. Yeah. So now to summarize the GTD process, next time you come to the inbox table, you add a task 1 to the table, you map a project to it, and you add it as a next action. Then you mark a due date. For example, 26 is the due date that you're supposed to complete it by. You mark a context. Let us say it as work, and I'll say it to be 30 minutes or higher. So post adding the task to the tasks table, and since we have filled all of these details, it is automatically populated into our dashboard, where it will be showing as due soon because the date is in 2 days. So now as your dashboard is ready, you can add more tables also to your dashboard as per your need and how do you want your data to be viewed. So that's all for this video, and I hope you found this video helpful, and I really appreciate you watching this video till the end. A very happy new year to you, and let's make this year a big one.